Okay, let us discuss about flag register in execution unit of 8086 microprocessor. So we have already discussed that flag register basically consists of 1-bit registers which hold the status of flags after an arithmetic and logic operation. So execution unit can either set or reset these flags based on the results of arithmetic and logic operation. So these were the 9 flags available in execution unit. Those are carry flag, parity flag, auxiliary carry flag, then zero flag, sign flag and overflow flag, which are the flags, arithmetic flags, while we also have 3 other flags which are called control flags. So let us see each of them. So the 6 1-bit flags which are usually used for as considered as math flags are auxiliary carry flag, which is set if there is a carry from low nibble in the sense the low number of 4 bits in a word, or a borrow from high nibble, that is the low 4 bits can borrow from the high 4 bits, that is high nibble. So then also this particular auxiliary carry flag will be set. Next is carry flag, which will be set if there is a carry or borrow from addition or borrow from subtraction. Next is overflow flag, which will be set if the register is overflown with the result, which means the size of the result is greater than the size of the register after arithmetic operation. So in such a case, overflow flag will be automatically set, and corresponding to that an interrupt will be generated which can account for the overflow happen. Fourth flag is sign flag, which will be set if most significant bit means which is the right word, that is in this particular 0 to 15 bits, the most significant bit would be 15th bit. Bit 0 മുതൽ bit 15 വരെയുള്ളതിൽ most significant bit എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ bit 15 ആണ്. So if most significant bit is 1, then such a number will be considered as a negative number. So in order to indicate it is a negative number, the sign flag will be automatically set. And fifth math flag is parity flag, which will be set based on the number of ones in a result. If the result has even number of ones, then it will be set. Last math flag is zero flag, which will be set if the result is 0. Okay, in addition to this, we have 3 control bits which could be set or reset by the programmer. So let us see which are those control bits. So the control bits are, first one is direction flag, DF. Here you can see direction flag. If it is set, then the string instruction will automatically decrement. What does that mean? String instructions involve many number of instructions to be executed, and that in the memory for string instruction will be taken by incrementing or decrementing the destination index or source index. Okay, so DI or SI will be incrementing or decrementing to point to a particular location, and it will be a sequence of instructions will be executed. Okay, so based on DF flag, if it is set, then DI or SI will be decremented automatically and will point to a new memory location. If it is reset, then DI or SI will be automatically incremented and will point to the required memory location. That is the difference. So based on whether the user has set or reset the DF flag, automatic decrement or increment will happen. So setting makes decrementing of DI and SI. Second control bit is interrupt flag. Interrupt flag, if it is set, which will allow masking of external or recognizing the external maskable interrupt. What does that mean? The interrupts can be of many types. The interrupts can also be generated from external, that means other input output devices, or from another 8086 and so on. Okay, so those are called external interrupt. And why are they said to be maskable? The system can be programmed in such a way that this interrupt can be accepted or need not be accepted, and hence the name maskable. So the system has the freedom to decide whether this interrupt has to be accepted or not. Okay, so based on what? Based on the setting or resetting of interrupt flag by the programmer. So if the programmer set the interrupt flag, the 8086 system can recognize the interrupt. Otherwise they won't recognize this interrupt. Even if it comes, it won't be recognized if it is reset. Okay. And the third control bit is trace flag. TF flag means trace flag. So which will make 8086 in a single step mode, which means after every instruction it will be generating an internal interrupt which will check for any kind of errors in the instruction. അപ്പോൾ ഓരോ സ്റ്റെപ്പിലും എന്തെങ്കിലും എറർ ഉണ്ടോ എന്ന് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്ത് ഒരു ഇൻട്രപ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിട്ട് മാത്രമേ നെക്സ്റ്റ് സ്റ്റെപ്പിലേക്ക് പോവുള്ളൂ. So that these are the control bits which will be set or reset by the programmer. Earlier we had seen math flags which are actually set or reset based on the result of some arithmetic or logic operation. Even a result base ചെയ്തിട്ടല്ല, it is actually set or reset by the programmer or the user. That's the difference. Okay, so total of 9 flags are there. 6 are math flag and 3 are control bits. So totally, if you check the registers in 8086, there are 14 16-bit registers. So which are they? 4 segment registers, 1 instruction pointer, which are there in the BIU. So total of 5 registers in BIU. Then remaining, you have 4 general registers, AX, BX, CX, DX, and then 2 pointer register, SP and stack pointer and base pointer, and 2 index registers, source index and destination index, and finally you have flags. So 4 plus 4 8, 8 plus 1 9, 9 plus 5, you have 14 registers are available in 8086 microprocessor. Okay, so that ends the architecture of 8086. Hope you have understood. Thank you.